Patreon member shout out. Baby, baby, if I kiss you like this, and if you whisper like that, it was lost long ago, but it's all coming back to me. And if you want me like this, and if you need me like that, it was dead long ago, but it's all coming back to me. Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you today with the Earth 2 Veve Omi utility update. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. I want to say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that thanks button down below. So we do have a new price prediction over on Earth 2 for Essence that is going to, I cannot wait for that to happen. Essence is their crypto that they have denied listing so far just because we are in a bear market. They haven't even had the white paper come out yet. That will come out hopefully end of Q3, but if it doesn't, it'll probably be Q4. And then they did say for Earth 2 they wanted to go and list that white paper and then immediately go and get on at least one exchange, but probably multiple exchanges. We are thinking Binance. But this does come from a take on Essence by CJVE, The Mandalorian. It did premiere yesterday actually did premiere today, this morning, on the 11th, and basically says that it's taken the standard deviations, about 3 away from the average, whether it is Sandbox, it's Decentraland, a bunch of the other ones, and he came up with the price of $3.85. This does go kind of in tandem with what I've been saying at around minimum $2, and then if he has I think that we are about to enter like this mini bull run, and as that happens, I think this could even go to his price point or even $4 or $5. There will be some FOMO when that white paper does come out, and when we do have an actual bull run next couple of years, I could see this going well over $10. That being said, I won't sell any this year. I will sell a little bit next year, just to help pay for this year's taxes and just to make things a little easier on myself. Unless Omi is at like several cents, I'd probably just sell the some Essence, but I'm just letting you guys know what I'm doing. For the utility news, we do have Brock McBlockchain in there now, getting everybody excited over Feeshes, and just having that mini celebrity in there I think is really cool. Link down below to the utility Discord. We will have some more announcements as the month goes on. There were a couple of things that I did want to talk about. One was when I was on Wendy's stream with Sleepin' Comics and Eva from Veveversity, and we were talking about emotional attachment and family and what that could mean to NFTs. Comment all your favorite quotes from Fast and Furious down below. You don't need logic when you have family. But, you know, that does make some poetic sense. There is some different things like, specifically in anime, which might be one of our new verticals, I don't know, on the Veve app. I mean, I think there's reasons why they have the Japanese Discord set up, why Dan Carter is now following Funimation and Crunchyroll, and why they had a article in a Japanese magazine. Shout out to Wendy Stibalis for that, for helping to make that happen. But I think it's specifically in anime and in manga, people get a lot of strength from their family or thinking about loved ones. How do you go Super Saiyan? Well, Goku thought about, what happened with Krillin and all, thinking about the pain of loss. That's how Gohan goes Super Saiyan 2 as Teen Gohan. So I think that there are millions, if not hundreds of millions of people that identify with something. Like, let's say if they had dog NFTs. Let's say they partnered with, I don't know, Homeward Bound, or they partner with, whoever owns, I don't know, the rights to make dog NFTs, whatever they are. Pork Chop from Doug, or you have Spunky from Rocko's Modern Life. Whatever it is, I think dogs and cats, any type of pet, is something that people would go ape for. Now, is this actually going to happen? I have no idea. But it doesn't have to be that. It could just be anyone that you have a emotional attachment to. Now, for me, I don't like the character of Iron Man. In the comics, he is consistently wrong, constantly making the wrong decisions, even though he's one of the smartest people in Marvel Comics. Why I love and identify him, though, you could definitely not like someone and still love them, is because he does try to do the right thing, and he's a recovering alcoholic, like I am. And, I know we already have that first appearance Iron Man, as a golden moment, but give me give me him like making a mistake. Give me him with like a bottle in his hand. Give me him, how they represent him in Iron Man 2 or wherever. I will 100% go and get that. And that's just one example of a lot of people saying, oh, I happen to go and like Toru Honda from Fruits Basket, and I identify with her because, she doesn't have a mom, she doesn't have a dad, and she, how many people are like that would get that just because they relate with her. And again, we're talking about minor characters here. So I think that in the future, you do have people not making financial decisions, but they're making more emotional ones, which is fine. Also, that being said, something that came up with at Wet Wizard Veve the other day, who's on my fridge, he was on my podcast, is the scarcity and the likeness of season 1. Season 1 has a lot of collectibles that you can only have 100-ish people that have all those sets because of the scarcity of the Secret Rare Moogly, those that Ghostbuster one, because of that, and because of the ultra rare Donnie, or just the Donnie in general. There's no other rarities for it. There will come a point, it's already happening. I'm telling you guys right now, it's already happening. But there will come a point where not just a couple of high net worth individuals and not just a couple of companies with, a bankroll of, I don't know, let's say 9 figures, whatever, which is child's play to compare to what's coming. Not 9 figures is $100 million. That they will come in and they will go and buy all of season 1. It's just a museum for them. It's just something to hodl. It's just something that there is very few people that can get that. So, you have your Dr. Providence, you have your Ray Fixies, you have your At Wet Wizard Veves. Maybe Mr. Pags has a full season 1 set. Pretty sure anyone that was here early, might have access to that. I'll probably get one at some point. But that is so scarce, and I guarantee I've seen this before. I've seen this happening with Pokemon. Big companies like PWCC, Troll and Toad, or even smaller companies like SM Pratt, who could easily spend $100K a month on first edition base set. They can come in and they can go and buy up all the supply and make the prices rise. And what happens when you suddenly double or triple or 4x your money? YOLO, I'm going to take some profit. Whereas a lot of these other companies and high net worth individuals won't need to do that. They're going to be going and saying, I'm going to hold this for life or hold it for wherever, or if, maybe they even buy a couple of sets. I've seen this before in Pokemon where people sell out, and then as soon as they sell out, just to take some profit, which again, nothing really wrong with that, I see those same people complaining, oh, now this is out of reach. Now we can't get these back. This price was this, and people get emotionally attached to the price that it was, like the prices that they are right now, and, with Veve NFTs, and then as soon as the prices, 4 or 5, 10x from where they sold, there's like, oh, can't do it. Money goes to money, and they complain. They would be those same people they're complaining about if they were just hodl. I'm not saying to go and never take profit and never sell, but, how old are you? Are you 20? Are you 40? Do you plan to live another 20 years? If you do, might be a decent idea to hodl. Not financial advice, but this is something where I could picture. What I don't want is for all of season 1 and all these like old school collectibles that we are the ones that helped create. We're the ones that help get it to the price point where it is. I don't want to see big companies that big giant corporations come in and buy them all, and then we have to rent from the corporations if we want to play a game, if we want to do something. Because Reese mentioned that on that AMA yesterday with Superstar Money. Shout out to them; they did a great job with that. Is that at some point with renting, you might have to rent in order to play a game. You might have to only be able to play a game if you have a certain collectible or a certain set completed. I don't want to see that money go into money. I don't want to see us having to rent out from those people from corporations that already have, like I said, billions of dollars. I would like to see this be as intended. Like, this is for collectors. Like I said, if you're going in and you're putting in a couple $100 and you're able to walk away with like $30,000, $40,000, I'm not going to knock you for that. That's fine. But there's a couple of times where in Pokemon, and even in this in Veve, where I would only sell to other collectors. because I didn't want to sell it to the big guys, because that takes it out of circulation. And granted, that is great for the price. If you go and you sell it to a corporate, let's say PWCC comes in here, let's say Troll comes in here, let's say I think, I don't know, any investment firm or bank comes in here and they offer you, 3x of what that floor is. Yeah. By all means, go ahead and make that money. But I would, that's really good for taking out a circulating supply, because they're not going to sell it, and it helps everyone else that has it, but it just kind of takes away from the other collectors that really want it. Anyway, moving on here. What Wizard Veve brought up that people will want to chase you and take pictures of your NFTs and take pictures with your NFTs, and this reminds me of Comic-Con. I actually want to read you guys something. This could probably be its own video, but I wanted to go and I didn't want to make too many videos like this. Anyway, this was written in July of 2016 when I was deployed in Kuwait, saying, I got asked a few weeks ago why I couldn't be a normal guy my age and just like football. Why did I have to like cosplay and dressing up as someone else? And I'm not sure there's a right answer. Everyone has their own reasons. I watched a video last year about a guy who cosplays as Peter Griffin from Family Guy. He is without a doubt the best Peter Griffin out there. He's famous in the cosplay community for such a great job he does, similar to how Ben Roethlisberger is only famous inside the world of football. In the first picture, you can see him making a guy laugh at the train station. Making people laugh is one of the best feelings you can have. You're actually changing that person's mood and outlook on life for those moments. Whatever's going on in their life, whatever stress and BS they're dealing with, they forget when you make someone smile and chuckle. I'll show you that picture now. You might have seen him. Whether it's at Comic-Con, in an interview. This guy is not crazy popular in the real world, but he can be crazy popular and famous in the cosplay world. In the second picture, he's seen impressing one of the most famous Western cosplayers ever to date, Jessica Negri. Someone who makes hundreds of thousands of dollars a year for the work she does is impressed by how well this guy does a fictional character. That's similar to LeBron James complimenting you on your jump shot. He explains that when he's at work, he's just a nobody, but when he's at Comic-Con, he feels like a celebrity. And I can kind of relate. At football games or any sports games you go watch because you either enjoy the sport or have respect for the talent of the players. I even go to boxing matches to watch my friends fight. The only difference is that I rival them in talent. And to a point, sports fans cosplay as well. In football, the Oakland Raiders had a stadium known as the Black Hole. Raiders fans would dress up in crazy outfits and black paint. Some not as hardcore fans put paint on, but just not as much. Casual fan will wear a jersey of their favorite player with that person's name on it. Some spend a few hundred, but others spend thousands of dollars on the merchandise and tickets and betting. And I get it, it's a nice bonding experience, especially for males. But the difference between football and games and Comic-Con is that cosplayers go to Comic-Con to not only admire other people's work, but to have their work admired as well. I've been going to Comic-Con for a few years, and it even helped spawn a relationship for me. Someone who I still enjoy cosplaying with every year. Sure, we go to panels and take pictures of other people, but we have such a good time because others stop to take pictures of us and compliment us on our work and look. It takes a lot of effort to create something from nothing, and to have it recognized is a fantastic feeling. Dressing up like a character is one thing, but looking like your character takes a lot of time and skill. When I cosplay, I become that character. I really get into it. I'm not just a random person with a job that makes crap money anymore. Again, I was in the military. I'm Deadpool. I'm Bane. I'm King Vegeta. I'm the Merc with the mouth. I'm the only person to ever break the Batman's back. I'm literally the king of all Saiyans. I argue that it's a better feeling than watching your team win a game. And in the same way I feel bad for people who have never won a fight, I feel bad for people who will never get to experience cosplay. Both have feelings unlike any other, and I'd write more on the subject, but I had to leave. And what does this have to do with NFTs? What does this have to do with the metaverse? What does it have to do with Veve and Omi? The same way that someone like me, who is a nobody in real life, could become a somebody in cosplay, that same person, that same, I think that me in anywhere in the 2010s mostly, can represent hundreds of millions of men who feel inferior because they're not good looking, or they don't have a good body, or they're just, maybe their face is just ugly. And what they can do in the metaverse is buy some of these NFTs and really impress people. And that might seem vain. That might not seem like a great idea to most of you guys. But trust me when I say it takes a lot out of you to go and ask out a woman and get rejected again and again and again to no avail. To go and walk into a room when you think you're looking all right, you think you're looking good, you went shopping, you cut your hair, you shaved your face, and still no woman looks at you. But when you go in the metaverse and you have these crazy, super rare NFTs, it's like you might as well be driving a Bugatti. You have a Donnie, you have something super rare, like that secret rare Moogly, you have an Aston Martin, you have Veve logo, whatever it is. People are going to be like, there's going to be tens of millions of people in this at some point, and metaverses will be interoperable with each other. Probably hundreds of millions of people you're going to have. Oh, and you got a Walt? Oh my God. And you got one of these. You got a Vader, you got a Boba Fett. What this can do for a lot of people that don't have to show their face, that just can have just an avatar out there, for them to get attention, that is going to be a massively addicting feeling. To finally get that, that dopamine dump, that serotonin dump, where you have your brain finally gives you good feelings because you're happy, because people are paying attention to you. Do not underestimate that. There are a lot of simps, there are a lot of incels out there, there are a lot of just people in general that are going to feel like a celebrity because they have certain NFTs, and everyone's going to be like, oh my God. I've seen it happen before. I've seen it happen in CSGO. I've seen it happen in... I've seen it. I seen it. And you think that's not going to happen when you have NFTs that you could sell back to other people? Yeah, this is why I've never cashed out. If I were to ever, I have sold NFTs, but more for Omi. I've never cashed out of the Veve ecosystem. The Veve Akomi ecosystem, I've never cashed out of. I am that bullish. And I mentioned before about Earth 2, when suddenly let's say that's $2, in January of 2021, that essence is $2 per essence. And suddenly I have $75,000. If I would actually sell some of that to put even more into the Akomi and Veve ecosystem because of how bullish I am on that. Now, again, that's because I already do have quite a bit of essence and I can sell a little bit, but yeah, that's how bullish I am. I don't know when this project takes off, but it will. Not financial advice. I'm going to tell Dashi, I guarantee it. Guys, I love you. I hope this reached a couple of people, and there's a couple of definitely things I do want to keep going on, but I've been going on for almost 18 minutes. So everybody, please check out @HeyDavidDon and @KingMavsForever over on the Twitter, Standoff Chart and King Mavs over on the Veve app, Kobe Collection, OmiPlayer1 over on the YouTube, Wraithax.eth domain name, Cal Willson, Wendy Stibalis, Puddin' Cheeks, Veve Las Vegas, Taps Trades, Mars Davis, Legacy Bermuda, Sody Pop Media, Veve Darklink, Metal Lemon, and Veve Vibes, all on the YouTube, @Nomad with Guitar, @Wet Wizard Veve, and Gary O @1234CA3, all on the Twitter, and Fanny Carbonell FR over on the TikTok. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. I love you guys. Goodbye. Meow, 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 meow.